Okay, I'm back. This is Cops Most Wanted. Now this is the big game. Chelsea versus Liverpool. As Chelsea is a delegated home team for this FA Cup final, I'm going to go start with them with their lineup. I've got the team right here. I've gone with Mendy, of course. He's going to start. Is Kelleher, not Kelleher, Kepa. Is Kepa going to start for if it goes to penalties? We'll see. That'll be interesting to see. Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and I've gone for Aspi right here. And it will be Marcus Alonso here. It will be Reece James. And these guys, I reckon it's all BS. Their injuries, whatever they're going through, I think they're okay. They'll be here. It's going to be Kovacic and Kante. They'll both be starting for this game. They're just playing mind games. I reckon they was okay. And then it'll be Werner, Mount, and Havertz. I believe Tuchel will go for that lineup. We'll soon find out. It's a very strong Chelsea team. They have been out of form recently, but they have been pulling it up recently. Lukaku's stepped up a little bit. He's just a little, he's just a bully for all the little small teams. I don't know. I don't really see a threat out there. And yeah, let's get on to the Liverpool team. So, it's a full strength team basically, apart from the main threat Fabinho being missing, which is going to be very key. It'll be difficult to replace him, but we'll see how it goes. It's not much of a major drop off to Chelsea if either Kovacic or Kante or both of them are out of that game. We'll see. So the Liverpool lineup is there. And of course we've gone for Alisson in net. Van Dijk, and it could be Matip, but I think Konate will be here to offset the loss of Fabinho, so that extra pace and strength will be needed in Konate to make up for Fabinho, because the interceptions won't be as much with Fabinho missing. The usual suspects, Robbo and Trent at fullback, and I believe Henderson will come in here and playing as the Fabinho role as the 6. Then it will be Thiago, of course. This time he will play the final, hopefully. He didn't play the last one. He will be the difference maker. Shame we don't have a full strength team, but Chelsea don't either. But I think they do. We'll see. And I think Naby will come in here. And then it has to be the favoured front three for me right now. It's got to be Salah, of course, Mane, and Diaz. They will do something. They've just been on fire. And Salah has been out of form recently, but he's got it in him to step up and score against Chelsea. He does often quite score against them. If not, if he does continue, Mane will step up. He's clutch, man. Big game player. And we know what Diaz is all about, man. He's going to take on Reece James. He's going to expose Reece James. This guy, they keep harassing Trent about his defensive duties. Watch Diaz destroying James on this. It's going to be a good game, to be honest. And yeah, so let's move on to the game. Of course, the teams. Liverpool, of course, are going to go for the 4-3-3. Chelsea will go for the, basically it's a 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1, 3-2-2, 3-2-2-2-1. It doesn't matter how you see it. It's basically a 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1. Simple as that. They could play 4 at the back. He has been playing that, but I think he will revert back to the 3. Tuchel does like to do that, and especially against us, and in all the previous games he has done that against us. So yeah, this is a big game, FA Cup final. It's the biggest domestic cup in history across the leagues, not just the Premier League. This is like the 150th or 151st anniversary. It's been the longest going one. It has fallen off recently. It's not as big. Like a lot of people don't really count it as a successful season anymore for winning this trophy because it's not a major trophy. There's like the Premier League, Champions League. They have gained more more attention these days. Let's go on to Tale of the Tip. So Liverpool, Chelsea have played each other 3 times this season already, twice in the league, 2 draws. The original game was 1-1 at Anfield, then at Stamford Bridge it was 2-2, and then the Carabao Cup final, which we won, was a draw again, 0-0. Ended up going to extra time, nothing, penalties, and then after penalties it finally ticked over and Liverpool got the victory. But this is always going to be a tough game. Chelsea have been out of form. We have been out of form recently. Not out of form, like we're still getting the wins, but we're just getting the wins. But that's all that counts nowadays, right now. With all the competitions and everything Liverpool are doing right now, it's just what we need, the 3 points that matter. It's as simple as that. The how we play, the style, smashing games, it doesn't really matter as long as you get the win. That's all that matters at the business end of the season, and that's what our team has been doing. And I believe we should come up trumps again. These guys are winners. These guys are winners too, but they have fallen off. Liverpool are the better team on paper, but Chelsea always make it a tough game, especially with Tuchel. And so they'll end up setting up very tight, compact 3 at the back. The full backs will end up securing the back line, pushing deep. We'll have the 2 DMs covering. These guys will be filling up the spaces. It's going to be a very tough game. We'll have Havertz doing his thing as a false 9, and they'll be very compact with it. Whereas we'll have the players to start spread the play and attack. We'll have Diaz pushing up, Salah pushing up. We'll have Mane playing as the false 9, who's been doing brilliant recently. Thiago supplying the passes, just as calm as you like Van Dijk spreading it, and we'll have Henderson covering up for Trent here. He'll do his business on the right side. Sometimes he'll go on the overlap. Sometimes he'll come over here. He'll come on the inside. He'll whip the cross in. We'll have who is this? It's difficult to see. So I've got Trent, Salah, Mane, Diaz, Henderson, Naby. It's going to be Naby. He will be running the channels, going up and down, and he's very clutch in these clutch moments to go ahead. We'll have, who else is here too? It will be Thiago. Thiago will be doing his thing, spreading the play. Might do a little quick warning shot from outside the box. He's just too slick with it. Konate bossing it up and down. Van Dijk. Robbo as well on the overlap, whipping in the crosses, running up and down. He's just brilliant. Alisson playing the sweeper keeper role. He's just been world class this season too. And with Chelsea, it's going to be much. They're going to hit us on the counter. I mean, it's easy to see what they're going to do. It's going to be difficult to counteract it with Fabinho not in the team. But yeah, we'll have a defensive shape like this, Salah does actually defend. Unlike people, they don't think Salah does actually defend. So does Diaz. He's very good for the work rate. Mane will be coming in. More or less, it will be like a just normal 4-3-3 shape, but they do convert into it like that because these guys. But they will be countering. This is the problem. That's how the shape will be when they're playing, and when the battle's in the middle of the field. But when they are hitting us on the counter, and we are up here attacking, most likely Trent's going to be up. Robbo will be higher up too. We'll have Henderson up, Naby, Thiago. Thiago is kind of a boss as doing his defensive duties as well. So we'll have Van Dijk and Konate. We do play the high line. So these guys, Werner, they will be pushing up. Havertz will be filling in the spaces. There'll be Mount just pressing, doing what he does. And then there will be Kovacic. So put Mount there. Then we'll have Kante. He's been out of form this season, but he's still world class, one of the best. He can go up and down that field, intercept, defend, tackle, spread the play. He's good at dribbling too. His agility is actually good and underrated. Of course, we'll have Alonso, Reece James pushing up. This is where if the Hills on the counter, the first will be these three that'll get there first. Havertz maybe up there, but Werner and Mount most likely will be the ones first to get there on the counter. It just depends how quick and how good the offside trap is with Van Dijk, Konate, probably Hendo might be back here. Then if Trent doesn't get back, it will be Hendo here, Naby there, Thiago as well, Robertson running back. It will be a difficult game. It could go either way. It's going to be difficult, won't be easy, but I do believe we will eventually come out with the win. Basically, that's the team, guys. This is Liverpool, Chelsea. I'll put the lineups up here again for a second, just so you can see who's who, what's going to be happening, what's the lineup, what the formations. Those are the players I think will be playing. Now, there is some history here as well. I'm just going. This is a off-the-cuff video, so I might not remember all the details. I might have something wrong, so don't quote me on this. But there is history here. So Chelsea, they was in the FA Cup last season, and it was against Arsenal, I believe, or was it? I don't think it was. No, actually, yeah, I think it was last season. Or it might have been, I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on this, but I know the last time Chelsea was in the FA Cup, it was against Arsenal. Arsenal won. I can't remember the score. I remember Aubameyang being there. Yeah, also, there was in the FA Cup in 2017, lost against Arsenal again. It was Chelsea versus Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal are FA Cup merchants, so you can see that happening. And Liverpool, we have not won the FA Cup since 2006, the Gerrard final, and we have not been in the FA Cup since exactly 10 years ago from today. 2012, Liverpool was in the last time was in the FA Cup final. Care to take a guess who they was against? Chelsea, and we lost that one 2-1. And it's, yeah, kind of forgotten about. Most people won't remember, but yeah, that was different teams. It was actually, let's show the teams right now. Look at that. Just look at the difference here. Chelsea's team is ridiculous. World class players. Like, they already got Cole, everyone knows about. John Terry knows about. Ivanovic, kind of underrated. I mean, at the time, highly respected. Everyone knew what he did. very, very top class, borderline world class, but he wasn't quite there. But top player, did his job well. Kind of forgotten about or underrated these days, but at the time he was well respected. And who else did they have? They had Lampard. Don't need to say anything there. John Obi Mikel. Wow. He did his job well. DM. He's probably for today's equivalent. You're probably comparing to Ndidi. He's on that type of level. And who else? Mata. Wow. The fanboys won't remember, but they might laugh at Mata, but he was a world-class player. Not on the cusp of world-class, but he was very, very, very good. Very good. He was basically world-class, but on the cusp of it. Brilliant player. Chelsea's player of the season twice. Chelsea's best player 2 times in a row. He was that classic number 10. Had a falling out with Mourinho. Don't know what happened there. May have been something personal. Or Mourinho may have been ahead of the time and seen the number 10 is just not in for the modern game anymore. So got rid of him. Ramirez, who I believe was criminally underrated. And who else was there? Drogba. It's just ridiculous. For the final, he always stepped up. Always stepped up for the goal, major moment player. That's Drogba. World class striker too. Chelsea legend, basically. And then you compare it to Liverpool. Genuinely, as a Liverpool fan and as a neutral, if you look at this team, it's ridiculous. It's laughable. Compared to Chelsea, we have literally 2 world-class players, which is the legend Steven Gerrard, the GOAT, and then, for me, the most naturally gifted Liverpool player I've ever seen, Suarez, and probably one of the most naturally gifted Liverpool players of all time, alongside the likes of the legend, the king himself, Sir Kenny Dalglish. Suarez is that level. He is that type of player. That's it. That's all we had. If you look at the lineups, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's a mismatch. That team, that was the dark times for us. It's ridiculous. I can't even look at that anymore. Right. So, yeah, we lost that one. I don't blame that. Like, there's nothing we could do with that team, to be honest. What else is there? Yeah, that's basically it. Like, I can't remember any more historical stats or figures that's coming to mind for this game, but this is a big game. Can make or break Chelsea's season. Could mean everything or very little to Liverpool, depending how the season ends. We'll soon find out. And also, actually, the last time the 2 teams, the last time we was in the same these 2 competitions, the 2 domestic cups, League Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it, and the FA Cup, the last time we was it was that season in 2012. We won that League Cup, then we lost against Chelsea in the FA Cup. Is that going to be an omen for today? We'll soon find out. Also, the last time the same teams that played in the League Cup / Carabao Cup and the FA Cup twice, that's only happened once before in history, which was back in 93, Arsenal versus Sheffield, and Arsenal won both games back in 93. 2 of the same teams, Arsenal versus Sheffield League Cup, Carabao Cup, and Arsenal versus Sheffield FA Cup. That's the only time it happened, back in 93. What a year. What do you guys know about 93? Like, damn, what a year. You know what? back in '93, these guys stepped up as well. Come on, what do you know about that? Cash rules everything around me. Dollar dollar bill, y'all. But yeah, '93. Moving on to current times. This is it's a big game. It's not as big as the FA Cup used to be. FA Cup is not a big competition as it used to be anymore, unfortunately. But it's still a competition. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants a trophy. So it's still going to be a big game, and it's against two of the best teams. It's laughable how Chelsea won the Champions League. Everyone was saying they're going to win the league. The fans were saying it. Pundits were saying it. People were slandering, slating Liverpool off. Put them not even in their league predictions. They'll say no, they'll come up third. It'll be City, Chelsea could be fighting against them. Chelsea could be first or second, and Liverpool would either be third, fourth. Some were even saying they might even not even make top four. They were saying it's going to be City, United, Chelsea fighting for the league. Liverpool could end up third or fourth. It's laughable how things have turned out. It's laughable. And yeah, I knew that it would just be an anomaly with the injuries we had last season, and Chelsea was just on form with Tuchel as well coming in with all them players that they bought. That was quality as well. They've just not turned up this season. It's been a disaster as well for them lately in the behind the scenes and everything. It's all going to crumble for Chelsea. It's funny. It's funny. They're no longer got their sugar daddy anymore, and they're gonna have to resort to like dealings with Liverpool. But the only thing is, we have a world class manager to deal with these limitations. Can Chelsea deal with that? We'll soon find out. It's going to be brilliant. Anyway, for this FA Cup final, hopefully we get the win. Come on, Liverpool. We're going to do it. Scoreline, I'm not going to predict, but I'm going to say we're going to win. Peace out. Cops most wanted.